What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another Awesomoto vlog. To say I'm excited about today's vlog would be an understatement. I'm excited to work with Goliath Offroad again. In today's video, we're going to be doing some installation instructions on their GX470 rock sliders. So back in November, I took advantage of Goliath's Black Friday sale and I picked up a set of rock sliders, and I also picked up a t-shirt for spending a certain dollar threshold. You got t-shirt or sweatshirt, so super excited to go pick that stuff up. They're only about an hour-and-a-half drive from me. So I'm gonna go there in person, pick it up, say hi to the guys. It's been a while since I've seen them. All right, so before we hit the road to go up there, I do wanna talk a little bit as to why I bought these rock sliders. There's not a ton of rocks here in Florida, but there are a lot of rutted out areas where you're going up over hills, and that you would definitely, quote, bottom out. And for me, with the OEM running boards, I would just rip those off. So to prevent that, I always went the bypass route or just went a different trail entirely. Maybe I'm a weenie for not full sending it and just going for it and just mashing them off, but no longer will I have to do that with these rock sliders. So it'll be a great addition to the GX, so I'm very excited to get those installed. All right, so I'm wearing my Goliath shirt today just because I'm that excited about going up there and getting these rock sliders. So let's hop in the GX. We'll head up to Goliath's headquarters. All right, so we're back at the house. It's super awesome to see Goliath's setup. I got to talk with the guys there for a little while and talk some GX470 stuff. They have a ton of new stuff coming out for the GX470, and I got to see their GX470 rig that was in the shop up on a lift and saw all the stuff they'd done since the last time I saw it. So on my way back, I stopped and I got basically the same stuff that I used for doing the front bumper from Goliath. And the way everything bonded to the surface, I hadn't had to deal with anything rusting or any paint flaking away. It is on there solid. So I'm just gonna replicate that same process. Ever since then, I've seen some people with Raptor liner that was painted with a gloss clear coat on it, and it gave it a nice shine. And one of the things I noticed from taking photography of the GX and also just seeing it outside in parking lots and in the sun parked, I will notice that that matte color from the Raptor liner, it just absorbs all light. Nothing is reflective. And so it's really, the front end just kind of disappears and you can't see all the geometries of the bumper. And it just kind of looks flat and dull. And so I'm considering, and I bought this to try it out, we may go 2K clear, but I saw this at the store today and was like, okay, I'll give that a shot too. So this is something from Duplicolor. It's called Rocker Guard. And what this is people can paint this. It's actually just clear, but it has the same textured finish as like a truck bed liner would have, but instead of being black, it is clear. And so this is what people paint at the bottom side of their vehicles, and this just kind of prevents rock chips from happening. We're going to do a little bit of an experiment at the end just to see how this stuff is. I'll do it in a small area so that I don't have to completely deal with taking all this stuff off, just to test it out. All right, so let's get to painting. I'm gonna time lapse this because it's gonna take a few days. All right, so after hitting these with a base coat of primer, I went ahead and hit these with about 3 to 4 coats of the truck bed liner. Once I had that truck bed liner on there, you could tell, you know, it looks really good on the surface, but I wanted to protect it. So hitting these with a 2K clear is really just what the final touch was, and that's gonna give it that nice high gloss look. All right, so the next thing I did here is I took a piece of tape and I started from our door line and I walked it all the way through to the top of this running board, and there's this piece here, and this is going to need to stay so that we have a nice clean transition. And so I saw the Goliath guys just kind of did exactly this and trimmed that top off, and then that mounts up underneath with a bolt, so actually keep that thing preserved, which is really nice. So I did that on both sides, and I'm just going through with an X-Acto, and I cut through here, and then I'm going to cut through this line here. So we should be able to take the entire running board off, and we'll save this cut line here. So we'll take these off and then we'll start doing the cutting. Alrighty, I'm gonna go through and cut this just like we have on the front bumper. Just use a angle grinder here. This will make a very easy cut through here, and then we'll clean it up at the end. There's a little bit of cleanup here to do, so I'm just gonna clean that up with the edge of my grinder here. Alrighty, still have the tape on. Just wanted to show you, got some new clips installed. If you don't have a clip kit from Harbor Freight, I highly recommend getting one. It's super cheap and it comes clutch for situations like this. Alright, so this should just click right into place. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Now that that's into place there, you can go ahead and take your tape off. Now we got a clean edge there. Looks really good. And when we mount up our rock sliders, then we'll have that nice edge there. So that's awesome. All right, so I want to talk about the hardware that comes with this kit. It's really good to do what I did here on a bench just to make sure you have everything. What you want to do is just kind of separate the hardware into two different piles, because one set of hardware is going to be for the driver's side, the other pair is going to be for the passenger side, I believe. We'll find out. It seems logical to split it 50-50, but I do know that there is some reuse of some bolts under there, I think, for the gas tank. So I'll have to double check that once I get under there, but I started off at least separating everything out and making sure I had a fender washer with every bolt. These are M8 bolts. Now there are some riv nuts with this kit, and that's something that we're gonna have to address. We'll be installing these. Another piece that's very specific to this kit, and what this is just a bolt welded onto a piece of metal, and this gives you the ability to slide into a hole into the frame and have something to hold on to while you insert the nut through the front side and tighten things down. So this is something that Goliath custom made for this kit. And then one thing to note that's cool about this piece is that it is zinc plated. So they're starting to offer some zinc plating for things. So it's a nice chemical process that penetrates through the surface of the metal and does the zinc plating. And the nice thing is this won't rust on you. So really cool extra addition to this kit, and that makes it very handy for installing that bolt. All right, so I'm gonna go hold up the driver's side rock slider and just see where these riv nuts go. There are some threaded holes in the frame, so I want to identify all of those. And then anywhere there isn't a threaded hole that lines up to the rock sliders themselves, we're gonna install those riv nuts. I'm gonna get a marker or something to mark that with so we know which ones need a riv nut. So I put this riv nut in, that one right there. And I used this tool from Harbor Freight. This Doyle tool is actually awesome, except for when you do not have the room to actually get on there and get some good leverage. Underneath the GX is actually really hard to get those in with the frame and the body in the way. So we're gonna go a different route here. This was a cool hack that I saw online. I'm gonna try to use. So you take a longer M8 bolt, you get an M8 lug or a coupler like this one here, and you sandwich two washers around it. And then what you do is actually, let me sit this down, see if I can show this. What you do is you put your riv nut on the end, and the goal here is to have some threads exposed on this backside, and then you take a wrench and you hold on to this coupler here, and then you hit it with an impact gun like so, and it'll pull and eventually tighten up to this lug. And what that'll do is it'll tighten everything up, and that'll mushroom out your riv nut, and you'll have way more clearance using the impact instead of that Harbor Freight pinch tool, and it'll take way less effort. So I really want to try this out because I just couldn't get the riv nuts in the frame to mushroom out the way I wanted for things to be secure enough. So I'm going to use this trick. I think it looks like it'll work, but we'll see. Let's go try this out. All right, here we are, passenger side. I'll tell you what, putting a box underneath a little plastic container like this really helps you line things up. You see there's an X back there on that bolt hole. And then that bolt hole right there, which I put a line but not an X. Those two are the only two that need riv nuts. The rest, from what I can tell, the rest of these I put X's. They all already have threaded inserts. And so the Goliath guys did provide those zinc arms. So I'll grab one to kind of show. They give you this so you can go inside like so, and you can reach up and get behind where that bolt hole is, which for us, thank goodness, we have threads in all of ours. I believe this is just something nice that Goliath does. They incorporate this just in case you're missing some of those, because this is a big anchor point. So I don't need those, thankfully. So we'll just use the regular bolts, but I'm going to go through and do riv nuts in those two holes up front, and then we'll start installing. Alright, so I was able to get one of them almost all the way with the traditional riv nut tool, and that was this one right here. This other one over here, this one was more challenging because there's just less clearance, so I used the trick with the impact gun. So that worked, and that did the trick, except for the fact that I just mashed the entire head off of the bolt. So definitely have some spare of these tools. They're super cheap. I think it was like $3, $4 for this. So I really want to get one of these front bolts into place. So let's see if we can do just that. Hopefully I can get it into place. Get one of these back bolts into place. All right, we're gonna hit a few bolts here. We're gonna hit this one up here, which is holding the e-brake line to the back wheels. That's got a bracket on it with a little pin that inserts in the frame. I kind of messed that up when I was mounting them before. I think you really just want to hammer that flat. Down here we've got 1, 2, and 3 bolts that go up into the frame that hold this gas tank plate, protective plate on. You don't use the front one, you mount on the rear too, but you need to get that down because the rock sliders slide in between the frame and this tank holder. And also there's a little pin on here, so I'm going to hammer that pin flat, or just yeet with the impact and get it to bend flat onto the surface of the rock sliders. But you'll want to hit those. They're all 12mm, where the mounting hardware from Goliath is 13mm on the bolt size. Alright, I'm going to slide things into place and start tightening up the bolts that we have just to anchor it all in. Slide up underneath this. I'm going to switch over to my 13mm and get this one going, at least enough to have some threads on it so it's not just hanging. I'm replacing this one up here with one of the bolts in the kit. There we go. Alright, so with the back end still loose and not fully tightened up, you can start to align things here. Over here on this side where a riv nut is, tightening that one down next. Alright, so something I did off camera I probably should have showed is I cut the old wiring harness from the old running boards out, snipped off where these ends went to the lights, kept this connector here, and the goal here is to put these rock lights on so that these now illuminate. So I've got these rock lights. They should wire in. We'll put one up front here somewhere, put one there in the back, wire up to that side, right to this connector harness, which is hanging down right there. And so that'll give it a nice look. The guys at Goliath did this for their GX. Alrighty, got all of the wiring cleaned up. It's cleaned up much better on this side, going through the frame rails until it goes up there. So clean and out of the way. Did the same thing on the driver's side. And then, all right, so I'm curious to see how these illuminate, what it looks like. It is dark out now. So Alexa, turn off garage lights. All right, let's see how this looks. Nice. That looks really good. Illuminates exactly where you need it to. I'm not seeing the Goliath logo. Maybe I gotta adjust those a little bit. Try to get that Goliath logo illuminated. This is definitely way brighter than the factory running boards were, so this is in a way an upgrade in both regards. The thing with the gloss added here, which is going to be nice, is that this truck bed liner, although it looks really good when it's freshly painted, it gets really ashy from UV and just the elements, and so it starts to have this dull gray look, and it just looks flat and mud, and everything sticks into the pores of it. And so having this a 2K clear coat on here, not only will it clean up super nice, and mud and everything will just kind of basically just repel off of here. So that's going to be just overall a better look in my opinion, and then much easier maintenance. Alright, so there you have it. That is the instructions for the rock slider install for the GX470 rock sliders from Goliath Offroad. I must say that the design of these is awesome. They're super rugged, very beefy metal that's being used on these. It comes at a price with weight, but I don't think that's a big issue because the protection is what you're looking for here. Overall, the install process was super easy. I have a bunch of extra hardware, so they did a really good job at making sure that I had plenty of hardware to install these rock sliders. I just have a couple of spare here just because I reused some of that hardware. Overall, super easy process to install. Highly recommend these rock sliders. The price you can't beat. It's a really good competitive price for what's out there on the market. Love the front bumper. Had that for a couple of years now, and now we get to add the addition of the rock sliders. So the GX is starting to look a lot nicer with some of these parts I've been adding. Also, if you haven't been paying attention on Goliath's Instagram channel, they've come out with a couple of products for the GX470. They have a transmission cooler mounting bracket that can go up in the front of your GX470 for an additional transmission cooler, which is a nice product that they offer. One of the other things that I'm really curious about for the GX is, I've been saying it for a couple of years now, but the front engine plates on the GX, the OEM ones, are just, they've seen better days and they need to be replaced. So I'm thinking here in a few weeks I'm gonna go get the Goliath engine plates so that I can get the GX even more protected, so that when we're in rocky environments we will have the protection we need. Alright, well that about does it for today's video. Appreciate everybody's patience. It's been a little bit slow to progress through some videos. I've got headlights here taken completely apart. I've got a couple of different options for turn signals here. We're doing a full GX470 headlight build with OEM headlights, and we're taking them completely apart. So I'm super excited to finish up that video, get these new headlights installed, and show you some of the twists that I have here. I got some tricks up my sleeve for how to make these kind of a more unique headlight build from some of the others that are out there, and very eager to see how it all turns out, and can't wait to share that with you guys. All right, well I'm gonna end things here. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.